Let's talk about your shoulder. How did it go? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Are you fine?
I mean, I'm used to injuries, Shimmy. I'm not like you. Oh, so bad. Worst thing ever.
Tony Brown knows this place very well.
Day one in Cape Town. And England takes the lead. Pollock and Freeman celebrate as if they're winning it.
The only guy that was panicking was Finn Smith because he had to hit the conversion to take the lead.
They go have the worst Six Nations of all time.
Shimmy,
They lose to Italy for the first time
just
in
because
33
you're
games.
trying to justify...
And Jean de Villiers says they've improved.
Scotland beat France.
Yeah?
Italy beat Scotland.
Yeah.
And then Wales beat Italy.
Yeah.
So does that mean
That's why
Wales...
it's been the greatest of all time.
So does that mean that Wales
That's
are
why-
actually the champions?
Don't start
It's
with
a
that.
question, Shimmy.
Let me just punch some holes in this argument. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Box Unpacked, probably one of the greatest Six Nations that went down to the final second. And Jean de Villiers finally managed to win a bet. But firstly, let's talk about the venue, chaps. Sorry, Skulk, welcome.
Thank
JDV,
you.
welcome. But if you know these archers, then you know exactly where we are.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know, boys. Biggest night here, Sculler?
There's been plenty. There used to be like a wall of fame. I think my name was on there. Somewhere in the back there. But my wife...
How do they determine that Hall of Fame? What does
I don't
fame
know.
consist of?
Just a regular.
Just consistency,
Okay.
I think. Caprice, guys.
What
My
a
wife
venue.
had a birthday when she was still my girlfriend, but that was enormous.
Sundays were always big here.
Loved it. New Zealand
Joe lived up the road, yeah.
Australian Super Rugby, Cape Town. This is where they came to play. This is it.
Every Sunday. Every guy that's toured your Super Rugby, every rugby team Sunday was here.
But I mean, it's such a beautiful setting.
Yeah.
You know, you look here in the back.
I don't think they came here for the setting.
No, definitely. It's definitely for the sun setting.
Yeah, for the sunset.
Yeah.
No, it's such
and
a,
the beauty.
yeah, it's such a good venue. They came for the venue. Yeah.
Beautiful. Monty still has a spot down the
Yeah,
road.
this is Monty
Yeah,
Bay,
Mon-
not Camps Bay.
Monty was at the Sevens this weekend, guys.
USA 7. Come on, the Blitzboks.
Again.
Yeah, well done to them. They're on fire at the
Victorious.
moment. Huh?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your shoulder. How did it go? Are you okay? Just pain?
I'm
Are you
okay.
fine?
I mean, I'm used to the injuries, Shimmy. I'm not like you. Oh, my leg. Oh, my leg.
I don't approve of liquor.
Oh, so bad. Worst thing ever. No,
Just tell everybody how you got here.
I got you, my Uber dad.
Your dad dropped you.
Uber dad, yeah.
Like you in school.
Yeah. We've got a tight relationship, so fortunate to have the parents close by, so yeah.
Rumour had it like on the way here. He even sold his car to his dad.
Yeah.
And I'm not making this up. Uber dad
Car
bought his
sold,
car.
Yeah,
Is
it
it?
was part of the strategy.
And the op, everything well?
No, very well. Shims, I told you earlier, like, I went through the same experience like 23 years ago, and I was a little bit scared this time around because it wasn't a nice experience back then. But I mean, the op, you know, all the staff at Constantia.
Must we pull the tissues out for
What's
this?
it?
For this?
No,
Huh?
but the staff at Constantiaberg,
Just a thank
absolutely
you.
brilliant. You know, the anesthetist, the Prof Roche. I actually had all their names, and now I forgot to bring it along.
JDV,
all the
before
people
we
that
get,
helped.
who shot this?
Guys, good news.
Here
I
we go.
made it. Operation went
I
well.
shot that.
I'm a little bit groggy still. The staff here has been amazing, but a little bit groggy. One question, did we end up winning the cricket?
Look, we're still not forgiving you.
No, we're not going to forgive you.
No one.
You must learn to
No,
take accountability for
I
your
thought,
sins.
I thought it was like a bad nightmare. You know, when
Yeah?
I woke up, I thought, the cricket, we didn't win, we lost in the
Guys,
semi.
but, I mean, hold
Even
on.
AB de Villiers
when you
commented
don't-
on it.
when you don't have the two words semi and final before, I mean, we played the Black Caps yesterday or 2 days ago. When was it? We bowled them out for 92, won by 7 wickets.
Did we?
2 days ago.
I even missed that
No
game.
IPL players are involved, so everyone
Yeah.
who's done IPL is
What
not
game was
involved.
this?
We're touring New Zealand.
ODI series?
Yeah.
Or T20 series?
T20 series. Got to get rid of those words and John de Villiers. Talk to me. Do they cut it like back in the old day and flop it open,
No.
or do they go in with...
So that's the thing. So back then, they used to cut it open. You get like a nerve block in the neck, which is like horrendous when that thing starts
working out?
working out. Now it's just like in a scope. I think I've got like 6 or 7, you know, little holes.
Yeah.
They bloat that thing up and do that. And what they do with those little machines, it's amazing.
Unreal.
So I think, yeah, also that, like,
I still
Like I
don't,
said,
hold on, touch wood. I still don't want to operate.
team-
No, there's no go. No,
the
no
team
way.
that I had was the A team, so
Yeah.
that helps.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you. Which rugby player had more knee ops than you?
Bush James. Definitely Bush James.
I saw him this morning.
John Smith.
No chance. Dylan
No.
Desfountain?
Dylan
yeah,
Desfountain.
Dylan, yeah.
Yes, there we
12.
go.
Yeah.
12 knee ops.
But Butch also had more.
Yeah.
Butch had plenty as
Plenty.
well.
I saw Dylan, he was telling me about his shoulder op and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
shoulder up
his
went
no,
pear-shaped.
shoulders,
He had
knees.
he had a
everything.
terrible experience with
It
the
was
shoulder.
made
as
out
well.
of porcelain. Like it's one game and then operation, no?
Chaps, just to Blitzboks though. They've sort of gone under the radar, but I
Amazing.
mean, the series done. Eh?
Yeah, they won
Yeah.
the series. And I think also, well, we'll get to the Six Nations, but with the Sevens as well, I think in a way, you know, the whole the brand of Sevens have kind of been messed up
Yeah.
the last couple of years, unfortunately. But this year, you know, it culminated to the last one of the series in New York, and also the last game. So Fiji and South Africa playing in the final, the two top teams. Whoever wins it wins the series.
Oh,
So,
was it? Oh,
yeah,
was
yeah.
It? Okay.
So that to me was really cool, and you know, because Six Nations kind of the same thing happened right
Yeah.
till the very end. We didn't know who'd win. So
Yeah.
and our depth that we have with the Sevens players, amazing as well. You know, someone like a Ricky Duarte, who
Yeah.
Stellenberg boy, you know, who
We'll talk about that just now. The elephant in the room.
who you know, he wasn't even in the squad this week, where
Yeah.
you know, previously he was kind of a starter. So
So we, I look, how's this? We senior champs, under 20s,
Yeah.
and sevens now.
Sevens.
Every trophy.
Yeah.
And the women's team's improving.
yeah, but we need to stay humble, shall we?
Look, too much staying humble. Paul Jim against Stellenberg. Just let it out. Is everything all right in Paul?
Everything's fine.
I know when games like this happen, it's a different world out
It gets
there.
wiped out of the history books.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Is everything
happens.
all right in Paul?
Our good friend Dan de Villiers, you know, he just reminded us of it, that he did the same back in 1995.
95. Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
Stellenberg? Not
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
And
that's
then Ronald Bosch also did the same 19. Well, it wasn't really an upset because we had a good team.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 31 years ago. So I mean, hey, that's sport. It happens, you know, once in 31 years. Hopefully next year we can turn it around again. It's a long season, so
Guys, but congrats on Stellenberg.
You're going on about it.
Congrats
Yeah.
on Stellenberg.
Yeah, well done to them.
well done.
Belvoir Rock City coming to play some rugby. That's amazing.
Was the game at Paul Jim or at Stellenberg?
It's Stellenberg.
That's Stellenberg.
Yeah.
And then who do Paul Roos play this upcoming week?
I've got no idea. Paul Russ.
No, Paul Jim, sorry.
No, you said Paul Russ.
Sorry, Paul Jim, sorry.
I don't know. When is that 20-minute aside
That's
thing? Is it
tomorrow.
this-
Tomorrow,
it's
yeah.
tomorrow. So, Sax.
Well, yesterday.
They're playing
Oh,
Sax.
Sax playing. Paul Jim are playing
Paul
Sax.
Jim Sax. 20
Yeah.
minutes aside or whatever.
What's been the drop-off rate? You know, you've heard about the N1 disease. You would know about it in the southern
Yeah,
suburbs.
it's
When
big.
the teams go on the N1, there's about a 15% drop-off with sicknesses.
I
when
think
they go.
I think when Paul Jim loses against Stellenberg, everyone fancies their chances. So like the drop-off rate will be lower. But last year we were number 1 in the country. The drop-off rate was like 60%. Engine one stop. That's
No,
it.
we were number 2.
No, but
unfortunately.
In
Sax,
Paul,
Sax,
sorry, number 2.
Sculler, Sax have got a good team though. When you say we, are you
Yeah.
saying Sax or Paul Jim?
I'm confused now. I don't know. Paul Jim. Paul Jim.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure it
Yeah.
out.
What sport are you talking about? Skulk and choose now. You know, when it's cricket, then he goes Sax. When it's rugby, he goes Paul Jim.
I've got no
Hockey,
idea.
he goes
No,
back
I'm
to
Paul
Sax.
Jim, guys. Come on, it can never change.
Yeah.
But my boys are at Sax.
Sax.
But it's competitive, as Shami. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the cool thing about it. Is like, sport is humbling.
Yeah.
You know, sport is humbling, and I think, you know, for those youngsters, obviously Paul Jim comes with a great reputation.
Like
Stellen-
Ronald Bosch, yeah?
Yeah, like, well, the traditions
Yeah,
there.
really,
Yeah, the traditions there.
Where Stellenberg probably would not have been part of that conversation for a long time. Now suddenly they're saying, well, they are playing with the big dogs. But now you've got a target on your back. Now you have to
Yeah.
perform week in and week out.
Like
So-
one thing on that, I think like obviously, you know, we've Cape Town based, but like we've got the greatest schoolboy rugby or sports league where, you know, in a 50-kilometer radius, we've got all these great schools that compete. And it's not only your high profile schools like Stellenberg,
Yeah.
you know, beating Paul Jim. That's amazing. But like I think that's got to come first. Because so often nowadays there was one festival you had to pick, whether that was St. John's or St. Stithians or whatever your festival was. Now these festivals are starting to take over from league games where I can't really agree. There seems to be a new interschools invented every year. You know, then
Yeah.
it's now Polrus and Affis has now got a new interschools.
Yeah.
You know, I think the traditional fixtures that's been
it
around
the
for
tra-
100
yeah.
years or 140 years, they should be first and foremost
yeah.
most important.
Don't just start a new tournament for the sake of.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Talking about schools, boys. High school had my 30th high school reunion this weekend.
Wow, Shimmy.
You're an old dog.
My body's sore.
Talk to
I'm
me.
sore inside.
How did it go down? Pub?
Yeah, so it was, funny enough, the first Friday afternoon we met for a school trip. So you go to your old classroom
That's cool.
and all of that. But it's amazing how everything still looks the same. The school's obviously a lot bigger. We had a look at the boarding house. You go to your old room, you go look around there, all of that. And then there's everyone goes to Calvin Grove for a couple of drinks. And then there's
yeah.
an
Because
old boys dinner.
also you're a little bit older now, so you're more sophisticated.
You go to the old boys dinner.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was nice to catch up with everyone. I mean, guys had flown all around the world from it. Then Saturday, 12 o'clock, everyone meets at the Toad in Constantia Falls Bay Rugby Club. And then it got heavy.
Yeah.
At the bar, I know that club all too well. Eh? Like
good,
where were
it
you?
was good, it was
As you
good
entered
fun,
on the left or at the bar, where were you?
At the outside area there.
Oh, I get
So
you.
at a table there, the weather was good. Stormers Bulls game, watched that Six Nations. Watched that the night to rewatch everything on Sunday.
And so,
Was there rugby on Saturday?
Because everything.
do you, were there any guys that, where the last time you saw them was 30 years ago? Any of those? That's
Plenty
cool.
guys,
eh?
yeah.
That's so cool.
You remember everyone's face, but I promise you, it's like within an hour.
Back
The
to-
story started. It feels
Yeah,
like
I know.
you're in school again. It's
Yeah.
no one's changed. Everyone's got different personalities, different characters, and the guys got stuck in. So it was a good turnout.
You know what? I mean, I had my 20-year reunion a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And the difficult thing is because we kind of on TV, you know, people still see you.
Yeah.
But then suddenly you get to a 20-year reunion, or for you, the 30-year reunion,
Yeah.
and you literally see someone for the first time in 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay, he has seen you on TV, so he knows what you looks like.
You
So
don't
you get
recognize
one
I
of
remembered
these-
everyone.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah.
You get one of these where guy goes, and then he says nothing.
No, right. I
But now
promise you,
suddenly he's bald, he's picked up
Name-
50
name
kgs.
tag should be-
Yeah.
100% there. You should have
Compulsory,
yeah.
One guy's got an Aussie accent, the other guy's got a
Yes,
British accent,
exactly.
this and that, because guys have been living overseas. So it was good fun. Talking about this weekend, though, guys, France versus England.
Yes.
What a
One of the
game.
great games. I mean, for a tournament to go down to the last kick to decide who the winner is something
What a
special.
game.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible game of rugby, that specific game as well, but also the weekend, you know, all the games played on the weekend. I think the whole Six Nations
Yeah.
as a competition, and then culminating to that last game, it was immense. The highs and lows, then you thought, okay, England's got it, then they threw it away again.
Yeah.
Then France comes back just before halftime, scores again after halftime. Then England takes the lead. I mean, Pollock and
Murley,
Freeman,
no?
no, Freeman
Freeman
celebrates as
yeah.
if they're winning it.
Going to
but-
the crowd.
You don't do that. Do not do
but
that.
on that celebration, I mean, the only guy that was panicking was Finn Smith because he had to hit the conversion to take the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he actually ran to them and said, "Come
me
on,
the ball."
boys, give me the
Oh,
ball."
because if you over-celebrate the ball, the clock's on.
the
Yeah.
clock's on. So he was running to them, and they were running outside the sponsorship
Yeah.
barriers. They were off in the corner, almost like a football style where you go to that corner flag.
Yeah.
But
And
how,
he was going like, "Hold on, you know, I've got a kick," because he already had one where he was close to busting
But how
through.
good was that?
Ball, and then just drops
drop
it.
kick, boom, go.
There's so much to talk about. Like, I think the standout for me is the quality of both halves, because often you can have one of those halves and then it can get a bit scrappy in the second half. But I think it just didn't disappoint either halves. Yellow card, Ellis Gensch. England is the team who's conceded the most yellow cards in the history of any Six Nations tournament. England was leading 27-17. Gensch gets his yellow card for sacking the ball. I think it's the right
Yeah.
call. You can't go on about that. 31 points later, what was it? No, 21 points later, it comes back on.
Yeah.
France got 21 points. Obviously, that was a penalty try straight after that. And then you think, England's dead. Ollie Chesham, intercept.
Well, how good was he?
Yeah,
Unreal. He was
How good
unbelievable.
was
yeah.
Chesham?
It was good.
At blindside flank, they should just give it to him, I think.
Yeah, leave him there. He's the man there.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a criticism, I know we've all been in that situation. He intercepts. He's got 50 meters to go. He's thinking Bill Beret is coming for him. You know, like, so he runs to the side. Finn
Yeah.
Smith misses the kick. Ideally, you run under the
Balls,
sticks. But,
yeah.
I mean, that's being highly critical. then there's a couple of moments for me
It
that...
is, but it's not, Scott.
Yeah, I know.
Just that. Because
know.
you end up losing the game.
Are you losing it by 1 point?
Yeah.
You know, you score closer in a
Yeah.
situation where you can go much
Much
closer.
closer. You could just run straight.
That is rugby IQ 101.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so,
also
I
a
mean,
little celebration
Yeah,
before.
you
Yeah,
go
just run
close,
straight.
get
Yeah.
the 2 points.
Okay, hold on. Cracking try.
Yeah.
Ollie
Yeah.
Chisholm,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, well
Run
done,
close
Ollie.
and whatever. After that, there's a couple of massive moments for me. And refereeing, I think, plays into this a little bit. England, Finn Smith, that little grubber, Ben All goes, doesn't bounce for me, knocks it on. They pick it up, hammer it through. Bill Beret scores his 4th try. That was penalty advantage.
Yeah.
And then the referee changed from penalty advantage to no, it was knock-on advantage. He changed what the penalty was for. So if you Finn
You
Smith,
can't do that, though.
you've heard penalty advantage, put the free play through because
Yeah.
you've got it coming back
got-
for a penalty,
yeah.
changes the penalty to a knock-on. And then, sorry to say this, but the very last high tackle, there was no replay. Obviously, we know this happens in Paris. You know, like there's no replays of when something does look. There's no high
Was
tackle.
that from upstairs, that call?
I don't know what
No,
if
it wasn't.
up
It was in real
I
time.
think it was right in front of Nico Mushikeli. I think
Yeah.
he just called it. But I think it was Mikael Gillard who carried.
Yeah.
I mean, he's this high.
Yeah.
Itoje tackles him. The drama can continue, but like, it's never
No,
ever.
but
a
Scott,
high
there
tackle.
were 2 penalties though. I agree with the
The high tackle was a lot earlier. Did he
it
call
was,
that? That's what I thought
it was
from
earlier in the
upstairs.
phase.
Yeah.
It was early, but
Yeah.
that was immediately. He said
Yeah.
a penalty advantage. Then I think it was about 3 or 4 phases later.
Like,
then
he gave the one-
Itoje
yes.
knocked it down
So they
as
had
well.
the two. They had
So
the
they
two
had two.
penalties.
Yeah.
Look,
But, yeah.
but Ramos. I mean,
Yeah, we'll
he
talk
just-
about that
He
kick,
just
yeah.
kicks that. I mean, that's amazing.
If you could pick 3 players to make that kick, Evan World Rugby.
Morné Steyn,
Yeah. Pollard for me.
Pollard, and
Yeah,
Ramos.
and Ramos.
But
I'm trying
Look,
to
Neil Jenkins.
yeah,
Johnny Wilkinson.
Yeah.
yeah, Johnny.
Is it Monty's distance?
Yeah, Monty slots it.
Monty
Monty slots it.
Yeah,
Monty slots it. Carter slots it.
Carter slots it.
Merton slots it.
Yeah.
Grant
Bigger.
Fox slots it. Dan
Dan
Bigger
Bigger.
Dan
slots it.
Bigger slots it.
Trying to think who else.
Ronan O'Gara.
Slots it.
Yes.
Ronan.
It was the perfect kick.
Yeah.
That thing never looked like it was going to miss.
But
Yes,
you
but
know
it-
what? Yeah, I always think of Marnie Libbok.
Yeah.
Marnie's a great player. But if Marnie's in a situation like that,
Yeah.
he takes too much time.
Yeah.
He puts the ball down and then he goes back and then he takes too much time. He looks up, down, up,
Yeah.
down, up, down. And then you start overthinking in your head.
Yeah.
If you look at Ramos, slots it, puts it down, takes his step back,
And also,
no extra time,
and,
boom,
and
kicks
also
it.
like, I mean, there was a lot of drama because Morrow came closer. He
Yeah.
said, no, the penalty's not
Then there was
there.
a
There was
fight.
a bit of a fight. I mean, Ramos was just standing there waiting for the ball, puts it on, kicks it over.
Yeah.
I always remember when Tony Brown came down to Cape Town.
Yeah.
And
Tony Brown knows this place very well.
yeah, he knows this place very well. And he
They
made-
won in Cape Town.
They won in
the
Cape
first
Town.
time we played, and I was like, yeah, let's have a shot at goal, Tony. He's fine. Next moment, like, I haven't even, like, got to the player next to me. The ball was straight over.
Yeah.
Just potted down, walked back at that funny step, boom.
Yeah.
Took, like, all of 5 seconds since he put the tee down to be gone. And that's the way, man. It's the way.
We spoke about, you know, rugby and sport humbling you.
Yeah.
Now you rewind after Ramos kicking that kick to win the championship, you rewind 15 minutes. And it's, well, you rewind 2 minutes and it's Pollock celebrating. And then you
Yeah.
rewind 15 minutes and Pollock and Ramos,
Yeah, having a little
face to
face-off.
face,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and then suddenly you kick that conversion. I mean, that's how you respond.
Plus, Pollock gets the turnover, okay? Like, so you rewind it. And this is not on him. This is just on England who had the balance of the game in there.
They had the game, yeah.
He gets a turnover, 79 minutes. Okay, now from 78 minutes, no referee is going to allow you for 2 minutes to pick and go, slow it down.
Yeah.
But 79 minutes,
Take
he
the
gets a
context. in.
turnover, carries it left, tries the offload. I mean, sure, the winger can dive on the ball. Ball goes to deck. You just carry it as far as you want there. Tackle, fight. You win that ruck. 3 rucks later, the game's done. You've won the game.
I think that's experience as
And
well.
that's just
Scott,
that's just the margins that
How do
you
you-
know
yeah,
these
how do you
high
close it
games
up?
function at. Yeah.
But the more you play, the more you're in that position, the more you get used to what's actually expected of you.
Yeah.
Because I think when you're a youngster like him, where there's a lot of high He's got all the X factor, he's
Yeah.
got the skill set. Then sometimes you get to a stage where you start forcing it.
Yeah.
And that's a great example of them forcing it in a
Yeah.
way. I think that's exactly where experience comes in, where if you put in that position more times, then you get used to actually what to do in the moment. When you're a youngster like him with all the hype around him, you kind of want to do the
Yeah.
flashy stuff. You want to offload, you want to do whatever. But there are times in the game where you have to just hold back a little bit, get the balance right, go create a ruck and then, eventually win the
Yeah.
championship. And unfortunately for him, it was just the wrong decision there. But I think that's what you get. It's high risk, high reward kind of player. Unfortunately, this time around for him, it wasn't the right call.
How's the French last 2 games? They conceded 50 in the one,
Yeah.
scored 40, and conceded 46 in the other one,
Yeah.
scored 48.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they were the best side in the competition. I mean, defensively, the last couple of weeks, like, nothing wrong. Like,
Sean Edwards' defense.
England's attack and the speed of their attack and how direct they were, that was next level in the weekend. I really enjoyed that. But same with the English defense.
Also exposing France in the backfield,
backfield.
So many times.
Yeah, with the attacking kicks and all that.
Yes, so
Everyone-
Like,
Yeah.
England had a bit more line speed on the weekend where they're trying to put them
did.
under pressure, but then they exposed their own backfield, by closing super early. Elliot Daly coming up very early because he has to. And then, picking on, the blindside winger, Bill Barret. How many tries is he going to score? boys?
yeah,
He's a
it's
phenomenal.
just incredible.
France now, I think, they've won 3 of the last 5 Six Nations.
Yeah.
World Cup next year. What do they need?
Jeez,
Because
Shem.
they've done
I
it
think
over
one
and
thing that
over
we can-
again.
Yeah.
Even this weekend, I mean, you consider it's a home game.
Yeah.
It went down to the last kick. They conceded a lot of points. We know what we think about defense, how tight you must be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is it a false dawn for French rugby again now? Or, I mean, they've got a World Cup. How did they win? Where did they improve to win the World Cup? I thought England played well.
Did
Yeah.
England win the World Cup after the 5 nations in 2002 and 2003? I don't know. I
COVID
don't
time.
know.
Yeah, I
the
can't
answer.
remember. Yeah,
Probably.
Would have been Ireland then back then.
But
isn't it?
I think it's fair to say that winning a Six Nations does
Yeah, it's a
not
big comp.
necessarily reflect through to
No.
being successful at the World Cup. So it's good for them in terms of you want performances, but I don't think you can.
Are we,
I don't think you take anything from it.
So the biggest question is they never travel. That side hardly ever travels, or specifically the Six Nations side. So that's the one caveat. The other one is then you've got to look at portions of the parts of the game that you think is a bit weak. So scrum, if they come up against South Africa, it's going to be
Yeah,
under
I
massive
don't rate
pressure.
their scrum. Yeah.
On the weekend, like line out defense. Defense in a general in a general aspect, are they good enough? Can you concede 46 points and
in a
go win
test
a
match.
World Cup?
Shootout, yeah.
But they're a great side. I mean, geez, when they start playing some rugby,
Yeah.
Some of the play. I mean,
It's
Charles
unbelievable.
Olivon
Yeah.
again this weekend at
He was
8.
phenomenal.
He was so good. I thought Guillard when he came on,
I like
same
Guillard.
thing, brought some physicality.
Big time.
Beer Beret we've
Jalibert?
spoken about. Jalibert, unbelievable this weekend.
He was great.
On attack, ball in hand.
How good is he on attack, boys?
Yeah.
Like right at the end there was a kick on him. Yeah, spicked the line, ran 40 meters down the
That
middle.
won them the game.
Yeah.
Guys, let's talk about, the state of rugby. So there have been 111 tries scored this Six Nations.
Yeah.
The most in history by a country mile. Sean Edwards said he once coached a Wales side that didn't concede a try in 5 games in a row. But it's like T20 cricket rugby. Is that the future now? I mean, look at all these games have been, I think England have conceded close to 30-something points per game. Springboks wouldn't. If you look at South Africa and how everything's built around a strong defensive system,
Yeah.
or is the attack a lot better?
Look, I mean, we often like to pick holes of where's rugby at. Is it a healthy, in a healthy spot or not? I think rugby union's an amazing spot at the moment. And for the first time in a long time, a new directive came out, no rule change it.
Oh.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Don't change it. We're getting used to it. There's a competition at most spots. The last couple of Six Nations games, the best. But also weather played along. And I think over time, the pitches has become a lot better.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
if you played across there at Murrayfield,
Raining.
rain, it can be, and to be honest, they probably preferred a wet, slow game. But under Gregor Townsend, they want to play rugby. You know, they want to be the fastest attacking side in world rugby. That's their ambition. So because of that, the pitches are better. Also, they play on artificial pitches, so they can't play in a certain style. They've got to play fast. And you do the same. This French side wants to play rugby. If you look at their backline, they select. You know, Dupont doesn't want to be hacking to get a ball out of a ruck and then kick it. He wants to take it on the move, play. So I think rugby is in an amazing space. I don't think we should tinker at all.
I like a kicking rule because it opens.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's been a great law adjustment because it actually opens up the defenses.
I think it's been fantastic.
Every time a high ball goes up, you're like, okay, this is quite important.
Broken
because it's gonna
play.
be-
But
it's going to be broken play.
do you think that the defenses have been poor from any of these sides? I don't think it's been necessarily poor in that bad tackling or bad systems.
Yeah.
It's just the ability, because of the dry fields, because of the weather
Speed of-
playing
speed
along,
of the ruck.
Speed of the ruck. So speed of the ruck creates space. And if
Yeah.
there's space, you know, you can attack better, and then it's decision-making in those moments, and the decision-making's been good. So I don't necessarily think that the defenses have been poor. It's
Yeah.
just the attack that has been better. The decision-making's been better, identifying the opportunities, and I think inevitably the skill set of the
Yeah.
individuals are better. So that should be celebrated 100%.
Yeah, I agree with John. Decision making and skill set execution, whether that's a pass, but like this weekend, the France-England game, the foot.
Yeah.
Jolly Bear gets a ball out the back, double pumps it, splits it straight through the defense. Ramos' first one to Bilbare. Perfect little grubber off his weaker foot, the left. No, the skill set of the players are amazing. The fact that the ball in this contest is clear makes the game a lot more fluid. Back in the day, you chaperoned or went back. There was no contest. A ruck got formed, and you set up your kicking pod.
Blockers.
Because we're creating so much broken play in the game now. I mean, there's so much opportunities for exciting players. You're like,
Yeah, I like it. Like, you know, we spoke about the space in the back and being able to exploit the space in the back because the wingers are up. Now, what you can do, you can keep your wingers back, but then, you know, the space will be in the outside channel.
yeah,
With the 50-22 rule, you know, also,
Yeah.
if you have your wingers up, then the opportunity deeper in your own half, the opportunity is there to kick it. So you're, again, coming back to decision-making, but then skill set. You can't just be a passer or just be a kicker. You need to be able to kick, pass, or run, identify the situation, and then skill execution. You see so many times where, especially South African teams, you know, franchises, where they're on the attack and then kind of resort or revert back to the kicking option, an attacking kick. But it's more just kicking rather than
it's not on.
It's not really on.
No.
You know, and then the skill execution is poor. It goes out on the full, or it goes dead. You know, so decision making, yes, but skill execution not there. So you have to be able to get both
I think
right.
you talk about South African defence, and like we've obviously got a unique way where we've got this line speed rush, and like over certain periods we've sort of tried to back away from it, and then we get it wrong. We sort of in no man's land. But I think where we really lead the way in defence is our back three.
Yeah.
And their ability to take away the option, but still have the ability to,
With the
when the
centres
ball
that
goes
can-
over the top, still be able to get away and quick enough to go defend. So often when teams have line speed, when they go, they take themselves, they make the decision for the ball carrier. Like in Jollybears, looks at it, they've closed off, he puts it in behind. Our defenders and our fullback has got the ability to not only read body shape and position or decision making, whether it's a short or a long kick, but they've got that ability to take the option away and then still recover to go make a tackle. And our scramble, because if you defend like that, your scramble's got to be next level. And I think that's when the Boks are at its most dangerous. If we defend that aggressively, our scramble and our outside backs have got that ability to cover two options at once.
And just the work rate. The work rate to get
the work
back.
rate's good.
You know, the work rate is incredible. I mean, sometimes, you know, I'm amazed by the amount of work that they get through to think that they can be there, take that option away and then still get back some of those players. But it's also the understanding of, you know, if you're a good attacker, you know, you need to understand defense and vice versa. To be a good defender, you need to understand attack. And I think the balance that we have with our Springbok players, they are incredibly, their rugby IQ in terms of both, I think, is exceptional.
Let's talk about the coaches. Galtier has just won 6 Nations. But you look at the numbers. I mean, we spoke about the attack, the penalty, the points conceded, lost to Scotland. They didn't win the Grand Slam. World Cup coming next year. Borthwick, I think Stuart Barnes said, Borthwick needs to be fired immediately and replaced by Michael Cheika, who came in when Australia were in disarray, obviously did well in the World Cup runners-up.
Before we get to that, so Scotland, so France won the Six Nations.
Yeah.
Scotland beat France.
Ramos misses that kick. It's a different narrative.
Yeah.
Scotland beat France.
Yeah?
Okay. And Italy beat Scotland.
Yeah.
And then Wales beat Italy.
Yeah.
So does that mean
That's why it's
Wales?
been the greatest of all time.
So does that mean that Wales
That's
are
why-
actually the champions? Does it mean Wales are the champions?
Don't start with that.
Um,
Don't start
It's
with
a
that.
question, Shami.
Nonsense. Wales won their first game in 30-something, whatever, in how many years?
Yeah.
Now you're saying they must win, are they Six Nations winners?
So you're saying no?
So you're not answering the question. You're not answering the question. Look, okay, can Galtier take them? You can take them, you can take a team to
Nothing's
a certain...
happening to Galtier.
No, but you're talking about
Nothing's
Borthwick.
happening.
You're talking about
Galtier-
No,
Borthwick.
Galtier, he
You
stays.
asked a question about Borthwick.
Nothing's happening to Galtier.
You don't even know your own
How's your
question.
shoulder? Is it okay? Are you okay? Are you managing?
You don't even
I just
know
want
your own
some ice
question.
maybe to...
You asked about Stuart Barnes and then Borthwick.
I don't think you can fire Borthwick after the weekend's performance.
I thought they were good.
They were
The
very good.
previous performance, that was not great. But like the intensity and the attacking ambition and how quickly they played and how aggressive they were at contact areas this weekend, I mean, that is a performance you'd like to see, regardless of result. The problem for England is their next game is South Africa and Joburg.
Well,
And that takes, that potentially, let's be humble here, that can be 5 in a row.
Yeah.
5-0.
Then English media, you know how these questions, it won't stop with Borthwick. He needs, and what happens end of year now? I don't know who they, well, this Nations Cup, and they drop 1 or 2 games there.
Yeah.
I think Borthwick stays.
Yeah.
And also, even though England did not have the Six Nations that they wanted,
Worst in history, I think.
that
Yeah.
game in Joburg against us is going to be a massive game.
It will
Still,
be huge. If they play like they
That'll
play
be
against France,
That'll be a tough game.
that is, and also for the Springboks, they haven't. We traditionally now a little bit slower starters because we've got so many players, and that's why we try and get the game in before because we've
Yeah.
got so many players based in Japan,
Yeah.
and by that
get-
stage they have had a couple of months off. So
They'll be battle hardened.
you need to be battle hardened. So I think that game England will run
JDV,
us close. Does Cheika take over if Borthwick gets fired? I don't know. Like Czech's a great coach. Whether
Good,
you,
fantastic turnaround coach. If
Yeah,
you want,
no,
if you want for a team in disarray with talent,
yeah.
he's probably the best in the world in terms of changing it tomorrow.
I mean, this England side has been together for quite some time now under
Yeah.
Borthwick. So, do you need that disruption of changing everything around? New coach, new perception, new style of play, even if it's small. You're going to a World Cup. Have you figured out that identity, or are you just trying to mask up certain weaknesses in your player corps or the style you play? I don't think it happens.
So I've got a question for you too. So
Okay.
let's say England plays South Africa tomorrow, or whenever they play in June the next game.
Yeah, first week in July. Yeah.
Who will be England's starting 9-10? Because it's been
9 and
Alex
10,
Alex
yeah.
Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell starts.
And
Ford.
Ford throughout.
No,
right?
they
and
gone
now they reverted to Ben Spencer
No,
and
it's-
Finn Smith.
It's Ben Smith and Finn Smith. That's clearly the direction that
Yeah.
they
That
they
decided to
go.
go to. Yeah.
So
The attacking combo.
But that's
Whereas
why
the
I
other
asked the
ones are
question,
probably a
because
kicking combo.
I've always been like, especially George Ford is so integral,
Yeah.
and actually for that matter, Alex Mitchell,
Yeah.
in terms of the way they want to play. Now they're not even in the 23.
They go
so there's
north.
been a shift
They've got Northampton
in
at the
terms
back.
of that.
Okay, guys. Are we by impact player? We've got 2 more games to discuss here. But what's our impact player of the weekend?
Well, I mean, Bill Barret. Yeah.
Bill Barret?
Yeah.
JDV? You can't take his again.
I'm gonna go.
How's your shoulder? Is it okay? I'm worried about
Shimmy,
you.
what? Don't be like. Remember, I'm on painkillers as well, so I'm a little bit emotional.
Please
Okay,
cry.
it's fine,
Shane.
it's fine.
Please cry.
Yeah?
Thomas Ramos.
The kick. Wales winning the first Six Nations game in a while.
Yeah.
Guys,
Aaron Wainwright.
okay, if we go through the games, Aaron Wainwright.
Yeah.
How about Stuart McCloskey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a Six Nations.
How's the ball off the left? Like he's a big unit. He's seen as a guy, truck it up in the middle. That ball off his left to Balakoon.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
McCloskey is a good bet.
Yeah.
We're going to get to
Unreal.
the team of the tournament. We'll
Okay.
get there. But for mine, it's Wales winning a game. I mean, Wales, it's not football country, it's rugby country.
Yeah.
What's happened to them actually hasn't been nice to
No,
see.
you're a Rondamos
Yeah.
guy, so I mean, Wales winning a game.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. But still, it's got to be.
What's it got to do with the Ronaldo?
Guys, Ramos's kick. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they often say about footballers stepping up for the penalty, whether you make it or miss it. He was never going to miss that thing. He stands. If he misses it, it's a shock. And we'll be talking about Ramos can't kick under pressure. I mean,
Yeah.
he
You're selling
wanted
this one,
it,
yeah.
and he was calm. There was a scuffle before, and he stands
No,
up
he's
and he
proper.
slots it. He won. He won the Six Nations.
To win the game and win the Six Nations. Yeah, Ramos is probably the one.
I mean, you can't take away Bill Beret scored 4 tries, but it was 20 points.
You know what happens? You're so used to him scoring now. It's just another Bill
Yeah,
try.
no.
It's
Obviously.
actually, the strike rate is next level.
It's ridiculous. What has he scored? Like in 13 Six Nations games in a row.
Consecutively, yeah.
Yeah.
And he scored, 28 and 27 test matches, or 29 and 27 test matches.
No, it's phenomenal.
Sir Banner might be stressing
And-
soon, guys.
He will be stressing.
He will be
Yeah.
stressing
Sir
already.
Brian will be stressing.
Because I mean, Penno is giving him a go as well. So
Yeah.
Banner,
He's
but now
up the
Penno's
mix. He's not even
He's
playing.
not even in the mix anymore.
Guys, let's move on to Dublin.
Dublin,
Ireland, Scotland.
Good game.
another cracker.
Great game.
The scoreline is a bit flattering, though, but I thought Scotland were in it. They fought hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ireland had their noses in front from the get-go, though.
Explosive start,
Proper
yeah.
start. They start fast. But then I think team try of the competition is Scotland's first try. 20 phases, I think it was. And big carries, good decision-making, Finn Russell and flow. Great finish. Pierre Schoeman carrying straight over Tyke Furlong. Amazing.
How do the Scots become
But
more
again,
consistent?
perfect weather in Dublin.
Perfect weather in
mean-
Dublin. How does it happen?
We never played in those
But then
conditions.
after that, Ireland was always just a score ahead.
Yeah.
You know, there was enough scoreboard pressure. And I mean, I think McCluskey is unbelievable.
Balakoon as well in the Six
good.
Nations.
We're there
Really good.
18 months out of a World Cup. We're there. Because if
I
you look at the
if
draw,
they-
Ireland and thing have got, well,
So if
it's
we-
almost like a Six Nations. in a way.
Remember what we said at the start of the Six Nations?
What did you say?
Where we said that so many
France
players.
going to win.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I
You
called
did.
it. I called
You called it.
I did.
You called it.
But we also said the performance from Ireland was mainly due to the fact that they don't have depth in critical positions.
Yeah.
A lot of guys that we mentioned not being there, and that's why the standard has kind of dropped a little bit. Now, at the end of the Six Nations, now they've built a bit of depth actually within that squad.
Well,
couple of positions.
Yeah.
Certainly in a
To what Ireland?
Ireland
Yeah.
in a better position than where they were prior to the
McCluskey's come
Six
through
Nations.
beautifully.
So, so what I'm
Balakoon,
saying
yeah.
is, going into a World Cup, you need squad,
Yeah.
and they're in a better position now. So, are they better off now than before the Six Nations for World Cup? In my opinion, yes, they're in a better position.
So you take out Tyke Byrne, who's been injured. You take out Callan Doris, and you don't even have to look at the back line. You
Oh,
go
Jamison Gibson
Park. So they all, well, maybe not Callan Doris, but 30 plus 30s, all of those. And for me, they are the core of their team. If you lose Gibson Park, their rhythm,
Yeah.
especially now that they don't have like a Sexton of old and he's been
Yeah.
retired for a couple of seasons. But where does the rhythm come from?
Yeah.
Who did I go for as their flyer who should be starting? What did
The
I
Munster
call?
guy.
You said
What
Crowley.
did I?
Yeah.
Hey, guys,
Munster.
can we have a bathroom
Sure.
break, please?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Cody from Paul has sold multiple vehicles to We Buy Cars. Suspicious? I think so.
Is that a crime?
No. Where are you getting the cars?
I buy them and I sell them at the spot like a normal person.
Okay.
No, man, I'm just an accounting student. I know a good deal when I see one.
That's Excel. Meant. What's more stressful, tax season or selling a car at We Buy Cars?
Tax season, obviously.
We Buy Cars, the easiest way to sell your car by far.
The Dragons are back.
Cheapest,
There's
guys.
fire in the dragon.
Well done, man.
There's fire in the Dragon. An Italy team on a hot streak. And what was it, 31-0 at some stage?
31-0 after 47 minutes. And then after that, Italy crossed the whitewash 5 times. 2 got wiped out. So it could have been a lot
Dragon
closer.
peaked too early.
It could have been a lot closer than the scoreline suggests. But guys, 22 entries and the start.
Amazing start.
First 22 entry. How's Wainwright's carry there?
You've
Like-
been,
Yeah.
but Sculler, you've been saying all along
Yeah.
how good Wales have been in terms of their 22-meter
the
entries
best
and their
in the comp.
conversion.
Unreal.
Best in the comp. And then what we've said is sort out the mechanical stuff. So sort out your line out, sort out your mauling, sort out your
Defense.
scrum. Once you do
Yeah.
that, and then show a bit of guts on defense. And they've done that, but now suddenly from an attacking point of view, you know, it's all coming together for them.
No, they were so impressive. Look, we said it in the week. Can Italy back up what they achieved last week in Rome? And, you know, that Italians, it doesn't matter how good Wales, you can't go down 31-0 in 47. You've got to be a percentage off.
Yeah.
So we're not taking away from Wales. Like, they've showed fight. After the first couple of games, the last 3 games, they've been incredible. Competitive against Ireland, and Ireland's one of the best sides in the world. So, you know, like, so glad for them. And the people who went to watch.
Well done to the Welsh supporters, because
You
a
know,
lot of them
like,
could
I
have
know
walked
for the
away.
first time in how many Six Nations it wasn't sold out, but there's still 75,000 people at Pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So-
know, Shubs, the more I think about it now, I think every single team that Six Nations team is in a better position now than what they were prior to this tournament
England?
starting.
England?
Even
Hold on.
England.
With the worst Six Nations of all time.
Even
I
England.
think you should retract that statement. Just apologize now.
Even
retract that
England.
statement.
England 1 point away from.
They're saying the coach must be replaced.
Guys,
I didn't say that,
No, that's the narrative.
but I didn't say it.
Okay.
I don't create the
You're
narrative.
saying England are better
I'm
off.
giving
hold
my.
on. Okay, let me just punch some holes in this argument. There were 12. There were 12 games undefeated.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
People-
you
look,
got.
okay,
Just
can
by
I-
the way, you got the 12
Can you-
games wrong last
let me
week.
finish.
Okay, you go.
Okay, Argentina was the other 2 instead of Australia.
Okay, no, you got it wrong. Yeah.
Okay, I got
So-
that wrong. So 12 games unbeaten. A lot of people said they're going to win the Six Nations, excluding yourself. They're going to have the worst Six Nations of all time.
Shimmy,
They lose to Italy for the first time
just
in
because
33
you're
games.
trying to justify.
And Jean de Villiers says they've improved.
You're trying
Please
to
explain how you get to
You're
that.
trying to justify calling England to win the Six Nations.
I did.
I
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah. You
Where
also
did they
said
finish?
Belgium are going to be Stellenberg.
I didn't say that.
You did say that.
I
You
did
said to
not.
me afterwards. You said we're going to hammer Stellenberg. That's what you
I
said.
never,
You
ever
did. You did. You whispered in my ear. I said, I said, Jean,
Jimmy,
no, you
straight
said,
in camera. Just say you lied.
you said,
Just confess that you lied.
there might be a bit of untruth to that.
Guys, they're like,
No, but
I think England's under pressure now, but their last performance, okay,
yes.
was unreal.
So that is what I base my comment on. I
Yeah,
think
but
if you,
they're
and
not in a better position now.
They're not in a better position.
I think they are
Okay.
kind of.
Have you stopped taking morphine or what? Or are you still on
it's-
morphine or
Simple
what?
speaking.
Are you still talking this thing about the Cricket World Cup?
John. He's the blocks worked out.
Italy have improved. This game here puts a bit of a question mark.
Yeah.
I think Scotland had a good Six Nations.
Yeah.
Wales won their first one in however.
So it's better, yeah.
I think there's a rejuvenation in
Yeah.
Ireland. And France, for me, I've still got question marks. They could have lost. Ramos misses that kick.
I don't think
Ireland celebrating.
Jimmy, if you look at the stats across the board from Six Nations, France will be leading almost all of them. So
Yeah.
they're obviously, you know, the one where it's a little bit flattering, I guess, is they conceded 50 points against Scotland and they came back and scored 40. So the balance of the game, you know, after 50 games, it was all 50 minutes was all Scotland, and then the last 30 was all them. But yeah, Scotland was for me the most. What am I saying? France was the most dominant.
If you look at statistically.
Statistically, yeah.
If South Africa plays England tomorrow, what do you reckon the score would be?
No, Springboks win. Where?
No, in South Africa.
No, Springboks win.
Springbok win, but comfortably.
Yeah.
I think the way they played, they've got the ability to put us under pressure defensively.
They've shown. I mean, with the, you know, when they get to revert to the as Borthwick ball, the kicking and all of that.
I think Highveld, speed of ruck, if they play
Yeah.
like they played on the weekend, direct on the gain line, all options alive, kicking options alive, they'll find a lot of space against us. Whether you can play at your own tempo against the Springboks,
Yeah, it's a different story.
it's a different story.
But
Okay.
I think that is the way that they exposed France in the backfield.
Yeah.
I think that's the one area where we do get exposed at times.
Yeah.
Because of the way that we defend. And to your point, that's what could put us under pressure. So kind of, I mean, the big stand for me to say all of them are better.
We always go
I'm just saying
Joburg.
England-
Our last game at Joburg, I think we conceded 38 points
Against
without
Australia,
answer.
yeah.
After the great 12. Do you
So,
remember
so all
that?
I'm saying, if we,
So I think it might go either way.
Chivas.
I'm still wary about England.
All right, guys, Six Nations Award and team of the tournament.
Oh, geez, yes, this is
All
my
right.
worst.
Team of the tournament, I will start at the front. At Lucid Prop, Reece Carey, the Welshman.
That's
For the next 10 years.
For the next 10 years after that try and that smile.
I know Ramos won the Six Nations, but talk us through that bloody try, man. That's the
Reece Carey one.
moment of
It's
Six
gotta be-
Nations. Must be.
But yeah, it's got to be the moment of
Yeah.
the Six
Yeah.
Nations. At hooker, Dan Sheehan. I was thinking Lake, but Dan Sheehan for me still quality. Joe Hayes at
Amazing.
tight head.
Yeah, okay.
I thought maybe, I feel bad not including one of the Italian props, but they would have been there.
Yeah,
At 4 lock, Charles Oliver.
yeah.
And 5, Tague Byrne. I think Ireland are much better when he's playing.
Solid
High impact
pack.
player. Yeah.
Solid tight
dominant
five.
pack.
Solid tight 5.
Tyke Byrne was actually on my short list for blindside flanker.
Yeah, I always get there before you though.
Oh, no. So he's obviously then ruled out. He adds something for Ireland. Also, like whenever there's a big play to be had, like he seems to be the one doing the
person,
turnover. Chesham came to the fore for me.
Brilliant.
Ollie Chesham at,
like that
at
call, yeah.
blindside.
So you're going him at 6?
No, hold
Yeah.
on. I've got to go through the
Oh.
names here. 8 for me. It's a toss-up between Doris and Ben Earl. For me, I would like to favour Ben Earl.
Yeah.
Just for, he just carries so well. So you need
Yeah.
a carrier. Open sider, where you go? Van der Fleer. You
Josh,
can't underestimate, how nicely he works, grafts as a traditional open side flanker. Zuliani
I'm going to throw one in
Yeah.
here as well, Rory Dodge.
and
For
Dodge was my
Scotland.
Dodge,
third.
I like Dodge.
Yeah.
Gets on with it.
Look, if you can use your coaches as a coach, can I pick whoever I want to?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, coach.
So as coach, I'm going to use my ability to pick Ben Earl at open side flanker.
Yeah.
Okay, you can, yeah.
And then at 8, I'm going to go Kalen Doris.
Okay.
And then at blind side flanker, I'm going to pick Gouliard from France. Mikhail
Beast,
Gouliard
yeah.
as a beast.
9 and 10 are yours also.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah, they are, man.
Yeah.
9, I've got to go Gibson Park just for consistency of performance. People will go, okay, White from Scotland. I think he was very good. And then you also got to think DuPont. But for me, DuPont he's an amazing player.
Yeah.
How many try assists on
Yeah,
the
but
weekend
he
again?
won't,
But, the Scotland performance, not a great performance by him. And then fly half for me is between Jalibert and Finn Russell. And I'm going to go Finn Russell.
Okay. Jean, quickly, running out of time here.
I'm going.
Take us through the rest.
Carl Stein.
So
at
your
11.
9, sorry, was Ben White and Finn Russell?
No.
Jameson,
Gibson
Gibson
Park,
Park,
Gibson
and Finn
Park and
Russell.
Finn Russell.
Okay.
I'm
Carl
going
Stein?
Carl Stein at 11.
Yeah.
I was very impressed. Even this weekend, his high ball
Yeah,
skills
it's amazing.
was phenomenal. Midfielders, I'm going McCloskey 12.
Yeah, I
and
like-
we're moving Menoncello to 13.
Okay.
So
Super.
McCloskey, Menoncello.
Oh, nice.
Two
Big.
Yeah.
carriers.
Big and aggressive.
Two
Big.
carriers.
14, Louis Bierberry. And 15 to finish off our 15 for the Six Nations. The man that finished it off for France. I'm
Ramos.
going Thomas Ramos.
I
Coach?
like as a winger,
Yeah?
Tommy O'Brien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a,
Work
very
rate.
similar to Carl Stein. Just
Yeah.
chases every
Short,
lost cause
stocky,
and
and
goes.
goes for it. Yeah. Coach of the team?
Now you got to go Galtier.
You got to go Galtier. Fabian.
Okay. The Betway section. Thank you very much. No, we're not going to argue about the coach.
No, we never argue, Shami.
Ireland beat Wales by 8 or more points. So Scala and I, we lose $500. Jean missed out the whole season.
And he came to the fore.
Who won it there?
He won an incredible 3,200 win when England were beaten in the 83rd minute. But he did win his bet on France winning the Six Nations.
Yeah.
Guys,
champion.
I was a little bit in between. Do I go for the big
Do I go for
one?
Ramos or not? Yeah.
Yeah. But the final, okay, here's the final table. In third place, Jean de Villiers.
Yes.
1,230. So you won your Six Nations bet.
Thank you.
Yeah, so in second place, Scala with 2,250 wrongs.
Jeez, like it.
And in first place, the oracle, the genius, myself, Anyani Shimange,
Well done,
aka
Shem.
Shimi.
Anyani Masana Shimangi.
So we'll be donating 7,890, which Betway will also match and round up to 20,000
Nice.
to donate to the charity of our choice. So thank you very much, Betway. We appreciate it.
Well
And
done, Shimmy.
Players Fund.
Yeah.
Players Fund,
Chris
happy?
Berger, Petra
Yeah.
Jackson, Players Fund.
Happy.
There we go.
We'll donate it to them. Everyone happy?
Mm.
Brilliant, guys. Another elephant in the room before we finish off.
Why do you say another?
Bulls versus Stormers.
Hello there. We went Stormers to lose comfortably.
Yeah. I'll tell you the record. Historically.
No, but why did you say another elephant in the room?
Because you guys said the Bulls are going to win.
Oh, I thought like
Yeah.
along with
When
you.
Thomas Stellenberg, Paul Jim again.
I thought along with you.
Do you think Dobbo...
Stormers were good.
Stormers,
very good.
Stormers were good.
John
but
Furey, excellent.
the Bulls were very poor.
Yeah.
Can we
That's a
just
bigger concern.
quickly a few things we didn't see happening. Stormers bullying the Bulls pack.
Physicality.
Scrums, breakdown,
Line-out.
Line out contesting.
line out maul.
Yeah.
Stormers down to 13 men as well, again.
Yeah.
Not
It's
conceding
like
a single point.
Not conceding a single point. And then error rate from the Bulls on the ball. You know, like just after halftime, kickoff, they get the ball back. They attacked for 25 phases. Eventually, such a poor decision, goes out the back. Willie LaRue kicks it dead, goal line, drop out. Pressure over. That's the last bit of pressure that the Stormers
Well, under. Yeah.
were under. I mean, what a performance by the Stormers pack. And then super subs come on. Your Bulls got a 6-2 split on the bench. Stormers not this weekend, 5-3. And then the ascendancy just got bigger as the game went on.
It was a
I
big
thought-
game for the Bulls, considering where they are log position.
Yeah.
And they just had such nice momentum.
Yeah.
You know, but a big game for the Stormers as well, right on the opposite side of it, in that they
Yeah.
were under pressure in terms of their performances, in terms of their results. And I think we cannot underestimate the fact that a Ruanel comes
Yeah.
back in, leading the team as an experienced guy, and Dion Fourie.
And-
Damien Willemse to a lesser degree as well.
Yeah.
He was
But-
good.
But they no good.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make is that I think the balance that they bring to that Stormers setup, in terms of that experience, in terms of just weighting it more towards the conservative at times, just the simple stuff, doing that rather than just going for
I'll
the
put-
X factor plays. Everybody just performed
I'll put
better
one more name in
because
there.
of
Neertling
that.
Fouché wasn't involved in the previous game. So
Yeah, Neertling
I
as
think
well.
having Neertling
Yeah.
there makes a big difference too.
So suddenly the balance just looks so much better. Warwick Galant had a really good game as well.
Sasha drove the team
Sasha,
forward.
But like-
Sasha played well.
Above all, the way we started the season, Stormers, I see we, the Stormers, we are biased here. We're in Cape Town. Was team that kicked the most. Okay, we didn't play a lot of rugby.
Yeah.
Best set piece, best defense, leading breakdown turnovers. We moved completely away from that as the Stormers. Started playing rugby, hanging themselves in their own half for the last 6 weeks. This weekend, how many times, high up the field, simple play, 5-man in the vacuum, kick through number 9.
Yeah.
Ball lands
Win the scraps.
in and out, run about the 22 of the Bulls. Go make your play from there. It happened
play.
every single time. Like it was back to overcoached, play simple and direct rugby, ask teams to play from the wrong side of the field.
And set piece dominance. So
Yeah.
the more things change, the more things stay the same, man.
But even the
In
dom-
rugby, even the crowd, you look at it was a
Yeah.
good crowd for that game.
30,000
nice to see
people in
people, yeah.
Pretoria. It's a big game.
when the Bulls had dominance at scrum time, and I've said this a lot, you can have a dominant scrum, but that doesn't always convert into points on the board.
Yeah.
So you need to find a way to
Yeah.
have a dominant scrum and then get points on the board, because it's dominant scrum, penalty, kick out, lose the line out. You're back where you started. So it needs to be a combination of all of that. What excites me again, and I think it got emphasized this weekend, that's Sasha Feinberg, Gomez Zulu, Damien Willemse axis, 10-12. They're
And
getting
you look
more.
how Kanan played the other side.
Exactly.
Kanan was good.
Exactly,
Yeah.
kind of was
Yeah,
good. So
yeah.
then you take that 10, 12, 13,
Yeah.
plus all the other players that we have in South Africa
Kirkley was
for the
good.
future.
Yeah.
That really excites me.
Where are you this weekend?
I'm home this weekend, hockey tour in Hermanus, amongst other things.
When's
but
the live golf thing?
Live is on we'll be at Live on Thursday.
On Thursday.
This
and,
Thursday.
and when this goes out on Supersport Wednesday evening, Skulk would have played the Pro-Am.
I'm playing
You're
the
playing the
Pro-Am.
Pro-Am?
Playing the Pro-Am Wednesday, there Thursday, and then over the weekend I'm in studio, Shim.
Yeah.
Calling some URC.
But John, sorry, you can't
I
play.
can't play, yeah.
You weren't invited anyway to play.
Are you going?
Yeah?
You going?
You've got
I can't double up on
Shimmy,
weekends.
when is the detox happening, boy?
After today.
Okay.
You can't come to Caprice and drink sparkling water, so I'm going to sneak to the back after this and, reconnect with a place that made me very happy.
With
on a lot
my
of
inner
Sundays.
self.
I will join you, Shimmy.
Yeah, exactly. So you playing in you don't know who you're playing with, obviously.
No, you don't know yet. Yeah, playing in the Pro-Am Wednesday. There on Thursday. Me and John's together Thursday nights.
Ian? Oh, him, yeah.
Me and John, and then flying back on Friday, and then I'll fly back
But,
up on Saturday for URC studio.
Apparently, Bryson requested Skulk to play with him, so we'll see.
That would be
Skulk is
incredible.
I don't know who I'm playing with. Hopefully,
The
it's
Shambles.
one of the Southern Guards. Hopefully,
It's 90,000 tickets sold.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Amazing for South Africa. South African sport
Well, guys,
is on a high.
above all, like amazing for golf.
Yeah.
You know, we've just had the SA Open in Stellenbosch. Now a live event in Joburg. Like I feel almost like we don't get enough of these big tournaments in South Africa for golf tournaments. So, like, I can't wait.
Thank you very much, chaps. Thank you very much to Caprice for hosting us here for another episode of the Box Unpacked. Catch all the action live this weekend. URC Rugby on your World of Champions Super Sports. Find us on YouTube on our channel. Like and subscribe. And we'll catch you. When are we back, actually, Jean? That's a good question.
No, we're back next week.
We're back
Okay,
next
back
week.
next
We
week.
are back
Might-
next week. Yeah?
Different look to it next week, but we'll be back.
We'll be back, guys. If you see Jean de Villiers in the street, give him a hug because he's struggling with a shoulder injury and Paul Jim are losing. So hopefully Paul Jim can win this up-and-coming weekend. We'll catch you next week in a different setup. Thank you very much.